a young adventurer named Moana sets off on a risky journey to complete a mission left unfinished by her ancestors. Along the way, she meets her hero, a legendary demigod named Maui, a funny and quirky character reminiscent of The Rock, Dwayne Johnson. Together, they travel across the ocean on a journey packed with mysteries and adventures. That is why, today on The Summarizer, Moana. The movie kicks off with the island's beloved grandmother telling the local kids an old legend about how, in ancient times, the vast ocean was everything to the people. One day, a mother island named Te Fiti emerged with a generous heart capable of creating life. Te Fiti shared this gift with everyone, but soon enough, several evil beings wanted her heart to gain the power of creation. One day, a mischievous demigod of wind and sea named Maui stole Te Fiti's heart using a magical fishhook that let him shapeshift and grow super powerful. This act caused Te Fiti to begin crumbling, sinking into darkness. And although Maui tried to escape, a demon of earth and fire named Ta confronted him to seize the heart. From that moment, no one ever saw Te Fiti's heart or Maui's magical fishhook again. Both had fallen into the ocean. Following these events, darkness continued to spread, scaring off the fish and devastating the island's flora and nature. Yet the elder was sure that one day, a hero would appear to return the heart to Te Fiti. This Abidao legend deeply inspired a young girl named Moana, who was obsessed with the ocean. One day, as she played in the sea, the water parted before her, and a playful wave handed her Te Fiti's heart. However, Moana accidentally loses it, and before she can retrieve it, her father, the village chief, arrives and takes her home. He explains through song that she'll one day be the island's chief. But Moana can't help thinking only of the sea. As she grew up, Moana remained obsessed with sailing, though her father forbade it, thinking it too dangerous. As the future chief, she was expected to focus on being a good leader. So Moana grew up feeling misunderstood until one day, her loving grandmother encouraged her, showing her the ocean and urging her to find her own path. But her father caught up to her and brought her to the place only island chiefs could go, where she would one day lay a stone to mark the start of her leadership. Understanding her responsibility, Moana chose to let go of her love for the sea to prepare herself as a leader to benefit everyone. One evening, Moana noticed the island was running out of fish, so she suggested crossing the reef to find more, despite her father's prohibition. Her father grew furious, thinking she just wanted to explore the ocean, warning her of the dangers. Upset, Moana felt misunderstood, but her mother comforted her, explaining that her father only wanted to protect her. He too had been ocean-obsessed as a young man, but one stormy day, his best friend was lost to the unforgiving sea. Her mother advised that sometimes you can't just do what you want. Though Moana understood, she didn't want to give up, so she took a boat and tried to cross the reef. Yet she found that the ocean wasn't what she expected. A big wave capsized her boat, leaving her injured and proving her father right, so she returned to the island, set on being a leader. At that moment, her dear grandmother saw everything and, although disappointed, promised to keep the secret. Later, the elder took Moana to a hidden place to help her discover her roots. There, Moana learned her ancestors once sailed the oceans fearlessly. Moana asked her grandmother why they had stopped, and she explained that after Maui stole Te Fiti's heart, darkness emerged with Te Ka, unleashing monsters that sank ships. To protect themselves, the chiefs banned voyages, allowing the darkness to spread, devastating island life and fish. Her grandmother then handed Moana the heart of Te Fiti, revealing she was there when the ocean gave it to her to restore Te Fiti, the mother island. But Moana doubted herself, remembering she couldn't even cross the reef. Then, Moana had an idea. Since her father knew how to cross the reef, she tried talking to him, saying they should resume their ancestors' voyages. Her father grew enraged and set out to burn the boats, but turned back when he heard his mother was dying. Moana rushed to her grandmother's side, who in her last moments urged her to find Maui and convince him to use his fishhook to return Te Fiti's heart. Although Moana didn't want to leave her, the elder assured her she'd always be with her. So Moana set sail with her funny rooster companion. She spent several days at sea until one night a storm overturned her boat. Despite this, she arrived safely on an island where the legend Maui lived. Upon meeting Maui, Moana asked for his help to return Te Fiti's heart, But the big guy refused and sang a song bragging about his greatness, with his animated tattoos dancing along. But it was all a trick to trap Moana, as Maui planned to steal her boat and look for his fish hook. Meanwhile, Moana broke free, and the ocean helped her catch up to Maui. She showed him Te Fiti's heart, pleading for his help to return it. But he refused, saying it only attracted trouble and bad creatures, and he tossed the relic far away. It seemed Maui was right, as a gang of heartless Kakamora pirates appeared, eager to steal the heart. These coconut pirates noticed Moana's rooster and swallowed the heart, so they kidnapped him. Moana wouldn't allow this and chased after them, while Maui tried to flee. In the end, Moana fought off the pirates, rescued her rooster, who then spit out the heart, and Maui got them out of there. As they sailed, Maui told Moana he wasn't willing to sacrifice himself for Te Fiti. Moana looked at his tattoos, pointing out that everyone saw him as the thief who stole the Mother Island's heart, but if he helped her return it, people could see him as a hero. This changes Maui's mind, and he finally accepts the mission. During their journey, Maui teaches Moana how to navigate, and they start becoming friends until they reach the realm of monsters, where a giant crab lives, the one who stole Maui's hook. The entrance to the eerie realm of monsters is a deep pit. Maui quickly jumps in, thinking Moana won't follow, but remembering the ocean chose her for a reason, she gathers her courage and leaps after him. Upon arrival, Maui leaves her on her own, and Moana almost gets devoured by monsters. But when he sees her survive, Maui decides to use her as bait to lure out the self-obsessed crab. Moana begins to flatter the crab, who sings a song about his love for shiny objects, and when he's about to eat her, Maui challenges him with his newly recovered hook, though he's still unable to fully control it. The crab laughs at Maui, quickly steals the hook, and traps Moana. Maui tries to retrieve his hook, but the crab knocks him down and has fun with him until he's ready to eat him. At that moment, Moana tosses Te Fiti's shiny heart to distract the crab. When he realizes it's a trick, the crab chases Maui and Moana, who manage to escape. On the way back, Maui accidentally transforms into an awkward-looking shark and, recognizing Moana's bravery, thanks her for saving his life. But he also realizes that if he couldn't use his hook against the crab, he has no chance against the powerful Teka. Later, a saddened Maui reveals that his parents threw him into the sea because they didn't want him, but the gods found him and turned him into a demigod, giving him his hook. Despite all his efforts to help humans with Te Fiti's heart, they rejected him, feeling it wasn't enough. Hearing his story, Moana realizes that Maui had sacrificed himself for them and advises him to keep being himself. That's what made him worthy of the gods. Maui starts practicing with his hook, improving his skills, and the two set off for Te Fiti, while Moana also learns to navigate. When they reach a pair of islands they need to cross to get to Te Fiti, Maui transforms into a bird and flies toward the Mother Island with the heart. But at that moment, Teka appears and knocks him down. Seeing this, Moana sails faster, trying to cross the islands, but Teka attacks again, and Maui uses his hook to hold him off, though it cracks with the impact. Feeling useless without his hook, Maui decides to quit and hands the heart back to Moana before leaving. Desperate and realizing she's alone, Moana returns the heart to the ocean, tearfully asking it to choose another hero. At that moment, her grandmother's spirit appears, comforting her and urging her not to give up. This restores Moana's confidence, and she decides to cross the islands and reach Te Fiti. Despite Teka hurling lava to stop her, Moana presses on and finally sees Te Fiti. But Teka blocks her path, flipping her boat, and just when it seems Teka will win, Maui returns to fight him, even though he knows his hook won't withstand another blow. Sure enough, Teka strikes it so hard that it shatters. With Maui and the ocean's help, Moana reaches Te Fiti, but when she looks for the spiral where the heart should go, she can't find it. She realizes that the mark was on Teka's chest. It's here that Moana understands that Teka is Te Fiti, transformed into a demon by darkness. So she decides to return the heart, freeing Te Fiti from the darkness and restoring her as a life-filled island. Grateful, Te Fiti gives Maui a new hook to show she holds no grudge and gives Moana a boat to return home as she transforms back into the island. Finally, Maui and Moana say their goodbyes, and she returns to her island, where nature has flourished and everything feels more alive than ever. Moana reunites with her parents and the villagers, now ready to take on her role as the island's leader. The villagers decide to revive the ancient tradition of voyaging across the ocean under Moana's brave guidance, accompanied by the spirit of her grandmother and Maui flying nearby. That was Moana. Subscribe and stay tuned for more releases coming soon.